Well, they might have tweaked a few things. Like most teams do this time. You make adjustments. You probably run the same. Say, for instance, you run an offensive set, but now you got 3 or 4 different options out of that action, depending on who you're playing against and what you see as time passed. But with good teams, you don't change a lot. You just tweak certain things on both sides of the ball, and they're a good team. They play well on both sides of the ball. They switch a lot of different things defensively. So now you have to make adjustments from an offensive standpoint and figure out where you can attack and score.
What's anything you do to try to just get going on the road that you've been so far?
Well, I think the biggest key, because we put ourselves in position to win games on the road. Now, the next part is in the last 3 road games is, limit your turnovers. Try to make your free throws at least a 70% clip. Don't give up home run plays. And what I mean by that is when you turn the ball over, it's one thing, because that'll happen. But when you turn it over and then there's a dead ball situation, you can stop and set your defense. Then all of a sudden you have live ball turnovers. You turn over, all of a sudden they're going back the other way in 2 points or 3 points or foul in the basket. We can't have those type of turnovers. And again, you're not playing like robots. Stuff happens in games. But we just have to be conscious and aware of what we're doing on the floor, what time and score, who needs the ball, making the right decision, when to get the ball in the post, when to catch and shoot. All the stuff we work on, just a matter of doing.
You talk about the things you can improve, like those sorts of things, free throws. You guys just haven't been a good free throw shooting team, and you got a pretty good sample size now. What can you do about that in the middle of the season?
Well, just stay confident. And again, I don't talk a lot about it in free throws. We just spend time on it because I think when you talk about a lot of things, then guys start focusing on those things. Just step up and knock the shots down. But I think our free throws will improve the more Jordan Jabari shoots free throws, because those are probably your better free throw shooters. They don't get to the line as much as you like. And I just think with Ivan and Jalen, just continue confidence, continue reps, stepping up and knocking them down because they can't make them.
What went into the decision to play Jalen at the point on Saturday?
Well, because he's improved throughout the season. Jalen's a playmaker. He knows how to make plays in games. He understands that part. I just think the biggest key with him was as the season moved on, he got better at making sound decisions. He continues to get better at that. When you have games 3, 4, 5 turnovers, that's just tough to put the ball in your hands and make sound decisions. I think with Tyrone being down, he's one of the first guys I thought to run the position. And I'm not here to say he's a point guard. He's a basketball player. He's always been there. He knows how to make plays. He knows how to read a defense. He understands what's going on. And I think his biggest strength is his willingness to be a good passer and a good decision maker. He doesn't mind if he left a game with 10 assists and 8 points, he's happy with that because he won the ball game. But he's not a guy that needs to score 30 to be successful, and I think that's what makes him good.
When you recruited him, did you see him as a guy that could play 4 positions?
Oh yeah, well you saw it. For years. He handles the ball, he makes plays, and again, I don't think he's ever been a guy to say I'm this position. I think he wants to play that because he was calling plays as he was bringing the ball up the floor. But they were plays for other guys to get shots, So that just tells you the makeup and the type of guy he is.
As a point, do you see him kind of as a Tyrone Wallace type guy in the sense that he's aggressive?
Yes, very similar. Those guys attack the rim, they make plays, and they put pressure on your defense. Because when those guys are coming downhill as far as attacking the rim, you have to make a decision. Now he's a little bit bigger, so now he poses the threat of dunking on you when he gets to the lane like that. So now you have to step up quickly, or you'll become a highlight reel.
Almost Andre Iguodala kind of player.
Yeah, and he's probably bigger. He's more physical. Again, 6'7", almost 6'8", 225, 230 pounds. And you don't see that a lot at the college level where guys dribbling the ball and making plays and coming at you like that and can make a decision with the ball.
How does Brandon fit into things going forward at that point?
Oh, Brandon's fine. I think in Brandon's case, that we just felt like against that team, the physical nature of the team we just played against and where we can have an advantage would be putting Jalen at that position. Yes.
So it's more of a matchup.
Yeah, I think so. And again, you might see Brandon next game. Now, it wasn't a case of, we don't need to play Brandon, but we just felt like in this particular case, having a threat with the ball in his hand, attacking, and you have Jordan Jabari on those wings, and I thought Jalen did a magnificent job in really finding those guys and making plays in it because you have to identify him when he's coming off that ball screen. I just think the only thing we were missing in that game was getting the roll from Cam and King. We got to continue to work with Cam and King, rolling to the basket and find those guys. And it's also those two guys having the confidence to roll and be able to make plays as well.
Is that important when you're playing against a guy like Pearl that makes
Yes.
defense?
Yes. Yes, it's very important. And again, with Cam and King, they continue to improve with their offensive production. But whether they're getting post feeds or not, they still can crash offensive glass like Cam did a great job in the last game. Get offensive rebounds, keep plays alive, put pressure on those guys. When they're big step up, that has to be our advantage as big guys, because that means they have to have a guard that drops and try to box you out as a big. But we can't lose production and lose plays when they step up. We get empty plays. We don't get offensive rebounds. We don't get free throws. We don't get baskets. That can't happen.
The altitude in both Utah and Colorado is really high up there. What are you telling your players about that?
Nothing at all. Just like in Wyoming, it's the same thing. We played those places last year. We didn't talk about it at all. It's basketball because, again, people are winning those places in one ball games. So it's basketball.
Do you ever use the Jerry Tarkanian line or tell them altitude doesn't matter because the game is played indoors?
I'll use that. I'll use that.
There won't be any oxygen on the sideline.
Oh, not at all. Not at all. I mean, we're here to play basketball. And, again, you got to go out there and compete and play hard. No, we won't. Not at all.
Now, how often do you think you'll have Jalen at the point? Or Sam's going to be, you're going to ride with Sam going forward?
Well, Sam was starting the game at Utah, yeah. Yeah, but again, we'll play. Jalen will be there. Brandon will probably be there. Just the feel and the flow of the game. But it's not a case, okay, let's start Jalen at that position. No, not at all.
What's going to be the key to get for Brown to cut down on the turnovers?
Time. Because, again, you spend a lot of time on it in practice. And it was the same thing. As I go back to when Glenn Robson was my teammate in college, he probably averaged 4 turnovers a game. But you're also talking about 30 points, 10 rebounds. And, I mean, just when those guys have the ball in their hand like that and making plays, you're seeing double teams, a lot of things coming at you. It's not an easy thing to do. And it takes time. And he's gotten better at it. 2 months ago in practice, he was turning the ball over quite a bit. But he's done a good job. And it's because I think in some ways the game is slowing down for him. And he understands the personnel. He understands guys are big, physical, strong. I have to make quick moves. I don't need 6 dribbles to do something I can do in 3 dribbles. So just those things. And the only way you get that is experience and time.
When you had to make the decision to move Jordan into the 6-man role, did you do that partly because you figured he was like mentally tough enough to be able to deal with that and not be bothered by it?
Yes, and again, when we make decisions, we make them based on a team. And Jordan's a strong guy. I mean, he still gets his 30 minutes, so that doesn't change. I mean, his production doesn't change. He needs to stay aggressive, shoot the ball, play the way he plays. But I just felt like it was best for us to go with the lineup we've gone with right now. But in my mind, Jordan obviously is a starter. In the game on the line, you want the ball in his hand to make a shot, make a play, because he has that ability. But yeah, because he'll go out there and compete. Because it doesn't change for Jordan. He's a competitive basketball player. He's trying to win games. He's trying to compete against the guy he's going against.
Since Darwin has gone down, you see any sort of change in the mentality of Rab and Brown, just in terms of maybe taking over the game? Have you seen any change in their mentality, or has their approach to the game been the same with him?
Well, I think more than anything, as opposed to those two guys, I think it's kind of a team rallying around Sam to lift him up. Like, come on, Sam, it's your turn. Next man up. We're ready to go. We believe in you. But I think with Jalen, this is the way Jalen is capable of playing. Moving the ball, playing inside, outside, pushing the ball in transition. So it doesn't change for him. I think in Ivan's case, for us to continue to try to get him the ball inside. And more than anything, not so much as posting up now, but also catching, shooting a 15, 17-footer because he can make that shot, but having the confidence to consistently shoot that ball. And then there's points where we pick and choose. We can attack off the dribble, depending on who he's going against. So just really getting those guys in a lot of positions to score the ball because they demand a presence with one guy and a couple guys hovering around them. So when that happens, other guys have to be ready to make plays.
When your big guys got foul trouble the other day, you stayed with one of them on the floor all the time, pretty much. It might have been a minute or two when you have one of them on the floor. Do you think you need to do that not only for your team's benefit, but also for those guys to understand that they can be effective even when they're in foul trouble?
Oh, yeah. And again, you just with Cam and King, they're good basketball players. They continue to grow with their confidence. But when you go back and watch film, like I tell those guys, in most cases, those two guys, their fouls are earned. I don't think they were great fouls, but they did foul. For some reason, they assume they never foul. But then we watch it on film. It's like, yeah, you fouled them. That's the thing with those two guys. We have to continue to improve how they're fouling because they're all legitimate calls. In my opinion, I don't think the ref has missed on those two guys the way they're positioning. King is hooking guys quite a bit. He has to improve that part. So that's the thing that's frustrating for those two guys because we need them on the floor because of their presence. When they're on the floor, they do good things, but they have to do a better job moving their feet, keeping their hands high, and not fouling. got to earn those 9 fouls in the right way. But again, attacking the glass, being physical, nothing malicious, nothing dirty, but playing hard. And I think they can do that. Setting solid screens. You can't get hook fouls. You can't get moving screens on offense. We don't need those type of fouls. They have to earn their fouls. They got 9 good ones. They have to earn all of them.
Just following the conference, what have been your thoughts of what you've seen, all the parity, all the road losses, and what would have been your?
Well, I think in most cases, and if you look around the league, if you ask anybody, it's probably the best league from top to bottom. Because there are no nights off, and not many leagues can say that every night. Maybe one other league can possibly say that, but I think every night you have to be ready to play. And I think it's a great thing within your league when you have games like that because, one, for young guys, I think it keeps them focused. So it's not a case, okay, we can win this game by 20 points. You walk in the gym, you get beat. So I think every night your guys will be locked in and ready to play the game because anything can happen.
Are you going to go back and stay there, or are you coming back in the middle?
We'll fly back that night so Wednesday night, yes.
And when do you return it? Saturday?
So we'll go to Colorado Saturday, yes.
Does it bother you the way the schedule's set up that you have to do that on a weekend road trip? I mean, Wednesday, Sunday's fairly extreme.
Yeah, I'd rather come back and then go out. I don't mind that part. The tough part is when you stay out the whole week just because of class. And, I mean, guys, you get into a routine. You know you have to play road games, but you get into a routine. It's hard for a young guy for 7 straight days or 5, 6 days you're on the road. So I'd rather come back.
Getting back to Utah, what does Loveridge do for them, and what does he really complement for the other big guys?
Well, he's a good player. You're talking about a guy that's a senior. So he's been in big games. He's battle-tested. He makes threes. You can't leave him open. And it's a case of a guy that really improved his perimeter game with his three-point shot. But he has respect on the floor from his teammates as well as the opponents. You have to identify on the floor. He can't get open looks. If he gets open looks, you're in trouble. But I think they play well together because in his case, if he's at the 4, he helps those guys. If he's at the 3, he's a big physical presence at the 3. They can make shots. So either way, again, a guy that's experienced and knows how to play, and he helps his teammates out. I think he and Taylor are 2 of the best as far as their leadership on the floor.
You mentioned Cam, and I think he had a career high for rebounds the other day. What does he need to do to become a little bit more of an offensive force?
Well, one, we need to give him the ball because we'll watch film today with our guys. I thought there were about 4 or 5 opportunities he posted up, and we didn't give him the ball. You have to give him the ball. That's the first thing because he can make a play. Now, I think with Cam and Kingsley is – and I tell those guys in practice, if you have to dribble more than 2 times in the post, you're in trouble. Something bad about to happen. So I think those guys understand you post deep, make a quick move. Anything more than 2 dribbles, pick it up quickly. And unfortunately, you have to learn the hard way in games to figure that part out. But I think Cam is ready to score the ball. He's hungry to score the ball. We just have to do a better job of getting him the ball. But now, there are also opportunities when guys are coming off ball screens for him to have a presence to score. Now, he has to want the ball in those situations. And they're just being comfortable, rolling down the rim. You know, I think it's a little, I wouldn't say difficult, when big guys are rolling to the rim and they're looking for a ball and you don't see the rim. You have to be able to step and go up. And it takes time.
There's been a time or two in the last couple of games also when guys fed them the balls in places where they shouldn't have gotten the pass.
Yes, exactly. So again, and it's a two-way street because sometimes the guard will give it up too soon, and then they might get it up too late. And then it's also a case when you're talking about a guy, first of all, you're not talking about 2 guys that are 6'6" or 6'5", 7 feet tall. So a bounce pass, I have to go get it. I need to know if it's high, and then I need to know if it's coming here. It's not an easy thing to do, so it's either bounce or you got to get it high. And we took out the middle pass.
In a perfect world, you were talking about if you shouldn't dribble more than twice. In a perfect world, they get it and wouldn't dribble it at all, right?
That's the key. And again, I tell them all the time, if you dribble the ball more than 2 times, something's bad about to happen. And hopefully we can get better at it.